Tell me if this ever happened to you. You were clicked on a YouTube video and you click on it and the guy starts talking or the lady starts talking like, well, we got the most important news of all time. This is going to change your life. And the message is the quick fox gentle with lazy dogs. So if that's something that's ever happened to you and you don't want to do that in your videos, this is what you do. If you've ever done a presentation and you want to get rid of the ums and ahs and vocalized pauses or change the up and down of your volume of your what's it called, like recording, or you want to see your how your volume is balanced across sound and speaking or background music. I personally don't recommend using background music at all in a video presentation unless it's like at less than 10% or 5%. There's like an epidemic on YouTube of people saying words and then they'll start some music and their music is notoriously louder than they're speaking. I don't know how somebody could possibly do that and like listen back to it and just upload it anyway, but it happens. And the way you get around that is with this. This is Audacity. Like every person that I know that works on music, at least like at some point has used it or uses it or finds a tool in it that's extremely useful. They have downloads for Windows, Mac, Linux. It's like a specialized thing. I wouldn't use it for like necessarily recording music. I wouldn't if you're like using a budget and you don't have like hundreds and thousands of dollars to spend on things, I wouldn't like plug a USB mic into this and record with it. You can do that, but USB mics have this like inherent kind of flaw where they have some kind of like grounding issue when you plug it into the USB and it makes a hum, a background hum, and you don't want to use it. What I would recommend if you were doing a budget is I would use my cell phone and then take the file out of my cell phone and drop it in. The thing that you want to do is find your file in your this is my mic test thing, and I just like kind of got one ready to go here. I called it Audacity 1. And this can be any kind of like file type. Audacity, I mean, I don't want to say any kind of file type, but a lot. Like if you record in .3GP or it doesn't matter if it's WAV or MP3, Audacity is great with this stuff. This team is really, really good. There's like zero bugs in this, and it's just like bravo, guys. These guys are really good programmers, and they really know what they're doing. I don't work for them. This isn't an endorsement, but I'm endorsing it. So I would just open up the program, and then just drop it. And so here you can kind of see this isn't me speaking right now, but so I did this on purpose. Like I kept it in mono, and some of the default settings of your phone are just going to use mono. It saves space or whatever. So you want to take track, add one, stereo, and then just copy the sound here. Like edit, copy, their shortcuts are a little different, so just copy and paste and that's fine. Now just click out of this. Now here's your sound wave. So it's not how sound travels through the air because it doesn't go up and down, it's compression, right? But that's like nerd talk. So say you want to, that's about a second until I start talking, so just like highlight it and then hit the delete button, and then all this is probably nothing. This isn't a word. So the first thing I would do is just a fact. You can amplify it, and this will push it to the limit. If you allow clipping, that's something else, but you just push it to the top of the sound wave, right? So that's an overall thing. So it didn't boost it very much because there's a spike somewhere over there. So say this section, you want to like just highlight this section, effect, amplify, and it'll be bigger. See, it's a 5. So that's pretty close. Like this, this probably ruined it. I probably bumped the phone or something, but so that you can kind of go through and see like there's dead space here. Just hit delete, delete, just highlight it, delete. There's nothing there. Just delete. Now these are words, right? This is me saying words. So you just highlight it. See, these are a little higher than that, so you can just kind of go through and just kind of effect, amplify. Now, if you have a long presentation, like an hour of speaking, you don't want to do it this way. There's other ways you could do it. But so say you have like an hour long, like 45 minutes of speaking. So you could go a little bit at a time. Another thing you could do is hit this button here where the two triangles are, and you would select the parts that are already high, like right here, and just drag it up. You just kind of drag these up and just kind of take it up. So if you had like an hour-long presentation, you would literally have to go through and delete every time you said the word right? But what this is your speaking, right? So say you are gonna throw some music in here. See the problem? The music is the same volume as you're speaking. This might even be louder, it's more intense, right? You would just hit this envelope thing and just take the music all the way down to like almost nothing. Because you don't want to, music is notoriously distracting when someone's speaking and someone's listening to something. A lot of things on YouTube are tutorials, and someone has to concentrate and listen and pay attention. And any kind of music is distracting for that. So I would take it down to like this small. And that would probably be a healthy balance, but again, like if it's a presentation and someone has to use their brain, they probably don't want to like hear music in the background at all. But that's like a basic overview to this. Another thing is when you download Audacity, it might ask you about these like FPEGs, I think they're called, FF megs or something like that. You need to load those if you're gonna what's the word? Like drop and drag like videos into this and like take the sound out of videos. I'm telling you, this Audacity program, you could do tutorials for like a year on this because it does so much that it's one of my favorite programs of all time for sound. Again, even though it's not recording, it doesn't do anything with MIDI, very, as far as I know, it can get like connected to MIDI. Like I'm telling you, there isn't much that this doesn't do except like MIDI and like I said, the thing with recording on a cell phone is even though the microphones aren't necessarily as good as like some high quality microphones, there's some sort of I haven't looked into it too much, but there's some sort of inherent flaw with the way the electricity moves inside of a USB mic with like grounding. Whereas even if you do plug in a computer, I know I've seen some things where people say if you just plug it into the wall because the wall's a grounded socket, it will fix it, but it doesn't. It just makes it a little bit less. I would just seriously recommend just recording your sound files on a cell phone for now, and then dropping them into this Audacity to edit them, and then export. When you export Audacity, you want to export it out. You don't hit save. So you go to File, Export, and then you choose it. MP3, WAV, whatever you want to do. Most people would probably want to do WAV because not every video editor is happy with MP3s, but like export everything as a WAV when you're happy with how you recorded your sound. Export it and drag that into your video, and however you want to make your video, and that's fine. Now, if you think about this, if you recorded a video as you speaking, and then you take out the ums as a sound wave, it's not going to match up with your video anymore, right? So you would want to, compensate for that somehow. If you just did a couple ums, you would have to line it up with your video. So these are just the little quirks and things that you want to keep in mind. So by the time you take out all the ums of your presentation, you would probably want to do the presentation different than you're sitting in front doing the speaking, right? So, all right, well, I hope that helps, and good luck. Thanks, bye.